Kada ste videli sad story strukturu, prelazimo na gde u stvari da se montira. Opet, cilj nam je da neko ko je jako dosadan učinimo zanimljivim koristeći se bibliotekom njegovog sadržaja across internets. Znači, to je ono što isto često viđam ljude da ne rade. Jednostavno, vi krenete da pičujete nekog, niste pogledali njihov materijal preko, na internetu. Mi smo morali ovde to da uradimo na jedan vrlo specifičan način, baš zato što je gost tako tih i dosadan. Morali smo da u stvari njegovu biblioteku videa po internetu pretvorimo u nešto što će da doprinese dosadi naših videa.
I'm gonna walk us through the videos that you have created. So let me do that right now. Share sound. All right. Let's go with micro shade.
People typically are weak and they are a slave to their feelings and their emotions. Men shouldn't be vulnerable.
I actually have that as a question. Yeah.
And men shouldn't cry. You record yourself crying and then you upload it to social media. But then it goes viral. A man should be able to cry. Knock it off. You know why people support that? Because people typically are weak and they want somebody else to justify their bad behavior or their weak behavior. It's not okay. He's manipulating y'all. Right, for sympathy. Cry behind closed doors, if that's what you gotta do, right? You are showing that you have no control over your feelings. You're not qualified to make decisions because a person that makes emotional decisions, they're making wrong decisions. It's never a good thing to make an emotional decision.
So right here, it doesn't have to be 43 seconds long. That's the first feedback that I have for a video like this. The second thing, the hook is not strong enough. So 1 second.
People typically are weak and they are a slave to their feelings and their emotions. Men shouldn't be vulnerable.
I actually have that as a question. Yeah.
And men shouldn't cry.
So I would begin the video, men shouldn't be vulnerable and men shouldn't cry. And then I would, okay, 1 second. Begin with men shouldn't be vulnerable and men shouldn't cry.
Right.
Then Michael, then the rest of the video.
Okay. So men should be vulnerable would be the hook, right?
Yeah. Men shouldn't be vulnerable and men shouldn't cry is the hook. And then Michael says, well, I have that as a question. And in addition to this, look into sounds for the hook that can grab attention.
Okay.
So that could be razor, or there is this new sound that I've seen somewhere that is like some sort of a clang or something. Either a clang or something that is kind of like going to grab a little bit of attention. Don't overdo it, the sound.
Okay.
Don't overdo the sound. Just make sure it grabs it. Just make sure it grabs attention. So that's the first thing.
Men shouldn't be vulnerable.
I actually have that as a question. Yeah.
And men shouldn't cry. You record yourself.
Delete the whole record yourself part.
Okay.
It's confusing.
Fine. And then you upload it to social media. But then it goes viral. A man should be able to cry.
So continue here. All right. Then
a man should be able to cry. Knock it off. You know why people support that? Because people typically are weak and they want somebody else to justify their bad behavior or their weak behavior. It's not okay. He's manipulating y'all, right? For sympathy. Cry behind closed doors, if that's what you gotta do, right? You are showing that you have no...
So, I would choose choose a different song, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, yes.
Try matching the song with the theme. In addition to this, I'd like us to actually combine 2 to 3 songs
For this,
for each section of the video.
okay.
So here is what I would like to achieve here. His tone is very monotone. His tone is very flat. He's not bringing in enough emotion. So I
Yeah.
would like us to add a little bit of pizzazz by choosing 2 or 3 songs that are going to be matching what he's saying here. So the 2 to 3 songs, each song should be, for example, one is for the hook, one is for the development of the story, and one is for the closing. So those transitions should be something that is kind of like matching up with the story. Through this, we're going to be forcing the pace to kind of like introduce change, but the problem is there is too much editing for the level of pace at which they are speaking. Also, in addition to this, overall, do a couple of places where it is a split screen between
Mojo.
Michael and Mike, and also utilize more of Michael's footage.
Okay.
Yeah. So we need more Michael in the short itself.
I don't accept the idea of depression being a mental disorder or whatever. It is a decision.
What do you think, though, some people choose it and some people don't?
They're not giving an outlet. Like my voice, this woman said, he has a dangerous message. She's a psychologist. I'm not qualified to speak on these things. I am the most qualified.
Businessman, fitness guru, live like a lion, the one and only Mike Rashid.
My life was in the balance. My freedom was in the balance. I had to deal with that, right? So I had depression right here over my shoulder. And I fought him off. Like, get the fuck out of here. Because I'm
So
accept the idea of depression.
sound should be much louder. Normalize sound to 99% or -1 dB. Look into this, you're gonna understand exactly what it is. So just normalizing the sound to 99% or -1 dB. Any one of these two, you're gonna understand. It's an easy thing to do. Now, in addition to this, hook is not good enough. This is gonna be a boring video, so I don't like it immediately, but I'm gonna explain why.
It is a decision.
What do you think, though, some people choose it and some people don't?
They're not giving an outlet. Like my voice, this woman said, he has a dangerous message.
So, his question.
What do you think, though, some people choose it and some people don't?
This part right here, from here, from here.
They're not giving an outlet. Like my voice, this woman said, he has a dangerous message.
This part is out of the blue and is confusing as continuation on the hook. But since the hook is not strong enough, hook is not strong enough.
I'm not qualified to speak on these things. I am the most qualified.
Businessman, fitness guru,
most qualified.
Now this right here, this is for a video like this, a bit out of place. Doesn't really fit.
businessman, fitness guru, live like a lion, the one and only Mike Rashid.
My life was in the balance. My freedom was in the balance. I had to deal with that, right?
So kind of like to solve something like this, I'd simply search up Mike Rashid, go to his page, go to videos, go to popular, add in, not B-roll. So I wouldn't be adding in B-roll. I would be adding in him talking about certain subjects and expanding on what he is talking about in our clip. So let's say that we go to this video right here. Okay, something from here, for example. One second.
12, 11, 10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So I would go to a subject like jail here, for example, and I would kind of like throw it in at least a sentence or something, just to kind of like utilize that clip to support our video, because our video doesn't really work because it's a little bit boring. So I'm gonna copy this with the current timing. Maybe utilize a sentence or something from a video like this one.
So I had depression right here over my shoulder, and I fought him off, like, get the fuck out of here. Because I'm telling him not to go and take your suggestion and take SSRIs.
And just proceed right after the video.
Sorry?
After like I added the YouTube like a sentence or microsheet expanding it, just proceed with the video.
Yeah.
Drug that numbs you, right? No, I'm not gonna say that. So people like to be in boxes, which is interesting. And there's only negative boxes put out there. And you put yourself in a negative box, you have an excuse to not being great. You have an excuse for bad behavior, right? No, I'm not gonna say that. So people.
From this point on, it is kind of useless.
I don't accept the idea of depression being.
I would begin a video with something like the 1 second. Begin a video with something like with a video with a text hook saying depression is not real. Then when he says that it's a choice, immediately cut to a quick 2 to 3 second B-roll motivational sequence. But if we may even have Mike with me. No, we don't. Okay. And then cut to Michael asking. Boom.
The motivation thing is microsheet, right?
Yes, but motivational thing is maybe instead of B-roll, immediately 2 to 3 second B-roll motivational sequence, and also add one sentence where Mike is very high pace and maybe sweaty after a workout, saying something motivational and then cut to Michael asking, and then move on with the rest of the video.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, what else?
The moralizing voices inside of your head.
It's immediately boring.
Mm.
So it doesn't give me anything. Blah, 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 blah.
The moralizing voices inside of your head are the implanted values of others, and they start to distort your own path or your own ego, your real identity. Freud's work, I love the ego, the id, and the superego because I think it summarizes humans so well.
What's Freud's reconciliation of that idea?
It was really that throughout life, our brain is always in balance. So when we have these impulses where we're desiring this pleasure, at the same time, the implanted value of a parental figure or an influence on us at some younger age pops into our head at the same time as we have these massive amounts of impulse. And so they're essentially counterbalancing each other with the pleasure, the positive, and the negatives of the judgment and the criticism that we're going to receive from these implanted values. Because if you go to any moment in time where you're either fear-driven or impulsive, someone's popping into your brain either to encourage you or to tell you don't do it because it's stupid and you're going to be judged and criticized. And so I just love that idea that our brain is always telling us where our truth is and where our...
So, okay, for a video like this, first hook, you can simply right-click, then click delete. So that's kind of
values of
like...
others, and they start to distort your own path or your own ego.
Blah, blah,
your
blah,
real
blah, blah,
identity.
blah. So I would begin with Freud's work. Begin with Freud's work,
Okay.
and maybe create an animation that looks like something out of the following video. Boom. Give me 1 second. It won't have to look exactly like this, but this is kinda the idea that could work for a video like this. So I'm gonna paste this video right here.
Yeah, can you
Yeah, I'm
watch?
gonna show you.
You must listen to this. A man found an eagle's egg and placed it in a nest of barnyard chicken. The eagle attached with a brood of chickens and grew up with them. All his life,
Okay.
the eagle
At
lived in the
3D.
chicken state,
I can do
thinking
it.
he was a barnyard chicken.
So
As the earth
it once again, it doesn't have to be fully like that, but kind of like introducing a little bit of those visuals in the beginning. This doesn't have to be the whole video. We don't have to waste too much time, but just adding in a little bit of pizzazz to the video itself.
والله بوستاتك دايما غير.
1 second.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a time consuming one.
That's why I say just
yeah.
adding in a little bit of Freud, like an image of Freud, maybe an image of some like dream state or something that is going to be an interesting visual, because Freud's work, we can like throw in a book on the screen, maybe some paper transition. It doesn't have to be too complex. It can be like a background, some illusory, interesting background with Freud popping up and with like his book, like Freud's, I don't, whatever, something interesting like that could work because he's talking about Freud. Then, what is next?
Freud's work, I love the ego, the id, and the superego.
So after this, after that sentence, continue with this part. And now I'm going to be letting you know exactly which part.
And so they're essentially counterbalancing each other with the pleasure, the positive, and the negatives of the judgment and the criticism that we're going to receive from these implanted values. Because if you go to any moment in time where you're either values, because if these implanted values, because if you go to any moment, in implanted values.
This part.
If you go.
So after this, you go to this, finish it up here, and then go back here.
Because I think it summarizes humans so well.
What's Freud's reconciliation of that idea?
So then you go back here.
To the question.
Yeah, so this part right here, put it after. So this, no, not after the question. After this. After, like, immediately here.
Because I think it's
Boom. After this, just put this part right after this.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
because I think it
Swap them.
summarizes.
To make it a little bit more clear.
We become ourselves to the extent that we see others within ourselves. We have a lot of people who come to my event.
Confusing? This doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything?
That's how he explained it.
I know.
And I ask this question at the start of the event. I say, who's a kind person? Most people, they put up their hand, and I say, who would classify themselves as being really kind? And, you always get the over-exaggerators, and they're, yeah. And I look at them and I say, accept to yourself. And then you watch their hands drop. And they go, shit, you're right.
The mindset and mental performance coach of Summers Australia.
I don't get it.
Look at them and I say, accept to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And then you watch their hands drop. And they go, shit, you're right.
The mindset and mental performance coach of Summers Australia's top rich listers, athletes and business teams.
Wait, you're kind except to yourself?
Yes, so when you're kind to everybody else and you perceive that you've got this external persona that you're casting out, that I'm this kind person, you essentially become a doormat to others and you'll be treated like shit. Because the truth is, you are kind at the expense of yourself. True balance is knowing that you've got the aggression to set boundaries, but you do it because of the kindness to yourself and them.
1 second.
We become ourselves to the extent.
You're kind except to yourself?
Yes, so when you're kind to everybody else and you perceive that you've
Except to
Business teams.
Wait, you're kind. Wait.
Start here. Delete the whole front part before this, and make the video longer, because if it begins here, it's not gonna be long enough. Boom.
Wait, you're kind except to yourself?
Yes.
Music has been put in randomly without too much thought. I would like to see something where we actually support what's happening with music. So, for example, let's take a video like this one. Give me 1 sec.
Jimmy Carr broke my brain with this one. Everyone is jealous of what you've got. No one is jealous of how you got it.
I love that quote.
My God. People see the trophies, but not the training ground.
Everybody wants the view, but no one wants the climb. I love it.
Jimmy Carr.
You get the idea.
Yeah, it's just that I tried using that before.
Yeah. Let's try at least for a video like this.
U ovoj epizodi dolazimo do posljednjih verzija microsheet videa i kao što sam objašnjavao na početku, microsheet je dosadan i zato je meni jako važno da pogledate ovu epizodu do kraja kako biste vidjeli u stvari šta smo mi to postigli dobrim znanjem montaže za nekog koji je jako dosadan. Šta smo mi to u stvari uspeli da izvučemo iz nekog kao što je microsheet.
I don't accept the idea of depression being a mental disorder. It is a decision.
Depression, I think, is marketed to men. When you market something negative to people, they're going to attach themselves to that negative thing.
People like to be in boxes, which is interesting. And there's only negative boxes put out there. And you put yourself in a negative box, you have an excuse to not being great.
You have excuses in the gym, you're going to have excuses everywhere. You're going to have problems in life.
You have an excuse for being lazy. It's not going to work out for you. Nobody cares in 20 years when you're a loser that you had PTSD. Nobody gives a fuck.
I love it. That's going to be heaps controversial.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a successful fugitive.
Do you feel comfortable telling the story of after the guy ran into the house?
Nah, it's something I gotta live with, so.
If someone broke into my home and I did what I felt was necessary to protect my home. And the police was like, well, can't do that here. So they tried to put me away for a long time. So I said, nah, I'm good. So I went on a run. I became a fugitive, and I was a successful fugitive. Not bragging, but typically when somebody go on a run, they get caught within the first month or two. So I laid low for that time that I knew they would watch, and then I proceeded with my life. That went on for 7 years. So things were good. So now it's time for me to go to war, and that was with the government to fight for my freedom. And I had the money to do so, to do it properly, and that's what I did, and it worked out for me. I won.
That's sick.
Yeah.
He who...
I like that other one because you kept it simple.
Yeah.
It was a really good story. You didn't overdo it. Didn't attach too much B-roll. Like it was good.
Yeah.
Like I was caught in his story.
Yeah.
Good.
Defines himself, doesn't really know who he is. So I test myself and I do things to keep myself uncomfortable to shape me to be the person that I want to be.
What philosophers have been the most influential in your life?
Lao Tzu, for those who don't know, he wrote Tao Te Ching. He had such a simple philosophy of like, be without being. It makes you step back because life is very dynamic. You can control all things thrown your way, but you gotta be in a masterful position to be able to identify what it is you need to control. Some things is not necessary to control. Some things you just sidestep. You don't have to deal with everything.
That's so true. That is so true. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
These interviews, like the feedback that I've gotten from people who've listened to the podcast, they fucking love it.
Yeah.
I was wholesaling marijuana and I ran it like a business. I had an uncle as a street pharmaceutical. He's making that much money and his...
Whoever put that song in there, fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. And by the way, that was my idea was to use East Coast music, NWA, Tribe Called Quest, all of those artists. I wanted to because Mike Rashid is like as East Coast as it gets. So it was kind of the idea to put him there.
To be honest, this is what my feedback is. I think if we follow trends, you're always going to be a follower of trends.
Yeah.
If you just do what creates good shit, and this is what I like about what Mike Rashid said, Ty says, all of that, you just create the trend, right?
Yeah.
So like, make it, just do your thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I like.
Yeah.
And so that there is like, we didn't use goofy fucking music because it's trending. It's like, we use something that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Is that easy? I'm gonna do it. But now I'm putting that energy and that time in legal things, and it was working out. It was easier than the streets.
What made entrepreneurship easier than doing it illegally? Because most people take the illegal path because they perceive that it's easier than running a real business.
They're not thinking, they're not using their brains. What makes it easier is nobody's trying to put you in jail. You don't have to be so clandestine. There's a degree of stress that comes with doing illegal things. I was really making all of that money. I wasn't happy and I wasn't comfortable. It's impeding truth that at any moment I can get stopped. You have to worry all the time.
Yeah,
man, that's good. That's good. I like that.
I disassociate myself from all the things I don't want to do. Put in your head what you want or who you want to be, and then go out there and do it.
You do that from the very start, though?
Nah, it took a while to get to that point, of course. I got two things going on right now that's like I love, and that's my online community, my mentorship, and the book that I've written. I spend most of my time working on those things. Don't distract me with nothing else. I don't want to know nothing about prices, nothing administrative. Don't have me on a call talking about strategies. I don't want to hear it, because you can start spreading yourself thin and not getting to your goals.
I feel like this aligns with what you try to achieve.
I was wholesaling marijuana. Grew up in Brooklyn, New York, at a time that I like to call the cocaine 80s.
At what age were you starting to figure out that you wanted to start businesses?
Now, it's always been in me. I was very aware of everything when I was young, probably more aware than I should have been. I knew that I wanted success. I wanted to experience opulence and things of that nature. You understand something about a person of African descent in America. We are not really in the system like that. We're not part of the culture. So I had to figure things out. I started my first business. I was wholesaling mid-grade marijuana from Mexico to the East Coast, and I ran it like a business. I ran it very professionally, clean, lean, not many people involved, good business, honest business.
Good.
Yeah, kill you for talking about that. I'm like, good. I think you're an ass if you're obese. I think you're a bad person.
What gives you the courage when you speak about things that are unconventional and outside the norm?
I'm standing on truth. I know that the things that I talk about might be controversial. It's true. Life is boring without that. Everyone fears death or violence. I don't. My mother did end up getting married to the biggest drug dealer in New York City. I might have been 8 and her husband got murdered. That's a normal thing that's gonna happen. You don't fear these things. Stand on what you stand on.
I like it. That could have been stopped halfway shorter, but good.
To believe something is to attach yourself to an idea or a notion without having any proof. I'm a liberal, I'm a conservative. When we break down what these words really mean, none of y'all are any of these things, right? It's not necessary to believe. You can know. So I either know or I don't know. But I'm not gonna attach myself to something that I just don't know. I have no problem saying I don't know. I'm not informed on that particular subject to intelligently speak on it, so I'll leave that alone.
This one I like.
Yeah.
Men shouldn't be vulnerable, and men shouldn't cry, right? Men have become pussies, bro. There's way too much convenience out there. You lost your edge. People typically are weak, and they are a slave to their feelings and their emotions. You record yourself crying, and then you upload it to social media. But then it goes viral. A man should be able to cry. I'm like, knock it off. He's manipulating y'all for sympathy. Cry behind closed doors, if that's what you gotta do. You are showing that you have no control over your feelings. You're not qualified to make decisions, because a person that makes emotional decisions, they're making wrong decisions. The culture of my business, company Ambrosia, we're fast-tracking to 100 million. Where people that are kill and die for you, that you'll kill and die for, is what makes my business so special. I would be nothing without my team.
How did you build that culture? What was it initially that has allowed the right talent to be attracted into your organization?
All right, so I used to have a gym out here, and shout out to my boy Angel, who owns the gym that we just left. So he used to work for me, and I remember he had a period that he wanted to fire this guy, that guy. I'm like, go for it. And then I was like, whoa, you gotta stop firing people. I hear the complaints, but if you're firing everybody, that's a reflection on you, which is a reflection on me, or us, right? They're not us, so we have to get them up to speed. You should be teaching them, coaching them. That's part of what you do in a management position. It's about working with people, and when you work with people, you develop deeper rapport. They see that you care, so they care more. So you have people that will go to war for you.
That's sick.
Yep.
Today I worked out in a $150,000 watch. That's a standard. I'm gonna wear a bust down every day. You can judge me all you want. I'm good in my skin.
How do you control that when you can have whatever you want, but at the same time you forgo whatever you want?
It gotta make sense to me. I won't buy a vehicle, watch, or anything that is gonna strain me in any way. And I've learned that me being a disciplined person sets me aside from most people, and this allows me to have the things that I wanna have when it's necessary. Let's say I'm dating somebody, and she's like, let's go to Taco Tuesday, let's do this on Thursday. I'm like, no, we don't do that. When one is a slave to one's desires, the outcome is never good for that person.
I love that.
Yeah.
Purpose of life is to fuck, is to have sex.
What though made you different to be able to always have money?
I'm gonna tell you. Women. Okay. Women. People could tell you all of this deep shit that they want, but what is the purpose of life?
If we go back to animal instincts, it's to eat and breed.
Because we are all programmed to just reproduce. That's why we feel what they call horny or whatever. So one time, I take this girl out to the movies, and I was like maybe 35 cents short. And they were like, yeah, it's not working. That was the most humiliating shit I ever experienced in my fucking life. And I was like, I'll never be in that situation again. I have to do the things to be able to have whatever I want to have.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You're not peaceful. You're harmless. You should know how to fuck people up. You should have the ability to hurt people. So this particular guy, I'm peaceful, man. I've never even been in a fight. Never been arrested. I'm like, why is he saying these things? He's trying to make me look bad, right? I said, you're not peaceful. You're harmless. It's a big difference. I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful because I can tear shit up, and I choose not to. So I employ peace. You don't have the capacity to be anything but what we perceive as peaceful or just modest or meek. I'm not meek at all.
Yeah, sick. I love that.
Yeah.